Or just my echo?
Welcome to this latest edition of the Around the Ropes podcast, YouTube exclusive. Now, you guys know this week has been Dynasty week, and we've had on many of the faces of Dynasty. We've had on guys like Sergeant Fury. We've had on the backstage correspondent and Fox's best backstage correspondent, Miss Billy Ann Wolf. We've had on the photographer, Jason Zupardi. We've had on Punk. And the list continues. As guys, we are now being joined by one of the faces. And I think personally, the guy who, when they come out with the Mount Rushmore of the relaunch of the Dynasty, should be included. Not only is he a wrestler, but he's also now a musician as well. The one, the only Foxx Vinyear returns. Fox, how you doing tonight?
First off, just want to thank everyone. Listen, as the Mount Rushmore of the remix of the Dynasty, it's going to be Firework Foxx Vinyear, Greg Durst, and Chet Thundercloud will be on there, and then whatever else I want to do. It's going to be me.
But obviously, we're a couple days away from the show as of this recording. What's your mindset going into your match? Obviously, you have the main event with Conan.
Well, my mindset is Conan liking. I'm a liking what I'm about to do to his beautiful face, that handsome man, that fella him. No, I'm looking forward to it. It's a very, as I posted on the book face, like a day or two ago, I posted a picture of Superman and then a picture of me. And it went to be like, I put, if you know, whatever the hashtag these millennials are saying, these kids are saying, brother. So in that episode, Superman's like, I finally get to let loose. Tired of being in a world of cardboard. And that's how I feel. For the first time in a long time, I get to let loose. The fans of the Arsenal City Assassin are going to see all of what I'm capable of. Not just dumbing myself down for these nitwits I've been in the ring with recently.
So obviously, this is in your hometown. This is in your hometown. This is in your backyard. How big of a show is this for you, being that, of where it's located?
Well, growing up, I used to hang out at the Dome. Used to ride my bike there, hang out, try to talk to some gals. And then, yeah. So it's pretty cool to actually be there. Last time I was there, if I recall, was when I was up against Johnny Moran for the NYCW Heavyweight Championship, and I came close. If you look back at the tape, I definitely won. But some shenanigans happened, and, well, I didn't win that title at that time. And then the next time they could have been at the Dome, there was one brand new owner of said company who didn't like said company. And he decided not to book me, not pay anybody, and then took off.
Yeah, we won't. Yeah, we won't talk about that individual because for reasons. But if you were to sat there, growing up, I remember, last time we had you on, you were saying, you're a wrestling fan growing up. If you would have sat there when you were growing up, and with how many times you've been to the Dome, to sit there now and say, okay, I'm returning to the Dome, but I'm also in the main event of a very loaded show. Would you have thought that would have happened growing up?
If I can recall, I think I was in the main event the last time. But then again, I don't remember. I did steal the poster off the fence though. So I have that. No, it's crazy that like when I'm there, I said, I might have said it on the podcast or with somebody before. The first time I was there was cool because this woman came up and said, "Hey, I'll buy a T-shirt if you can tell me if you remember who I am." And of course, I remember who she was. She was a camp counselor when I was growing up, and we went to day camp, and she was there, and like it was crazy because she used to like be the counselor, take us to the pool, play dodgeball at the gym, whatever you had to do during day camp. And then here she is bringing her children to watch me fight. So it is cool. Oh no.
I mean, how much does that? I mean, I think that would have to give you a lot of like, not pressure per se, but it kind of elevates everything because it's like, okay, you're not wrestling in some, unknown area. It's your back freaking yard.
Oh shit. What it do? There's an echo. Spotlight's on me. Even if I wasn't from here, the spotlight would still be on me. Even though I'm not in front of the right eyes. Boom, X. But yeah, I'm back on my phone. If you want to check it out, it's my T-shirt. You can buy it. It's available now for all you punks out there who want to wear pretty colors. Yeah. Go to the Dome.
But, is this the first time you and Conan will be in the ring together on Saturday?
No. It's the first one-on-one. I have encountered him via battle royales and maybe an 8-man tag, if my mind's correct, but never a one-on-one bout. So I'm about to see what he's about in this bout.
Now, you've got, obviously, the game plan is much different when you're dealing with an 8-man person tag match or a battle royal compared to a one-on-one. Does your approach change, being that this is a singles match?
I mean, being the GMC that I am, I'm going to be the hard-hitting, bar-spitting firework Foxx Vinyear that we all know. And plan of attack is to attack. He's not a small dude. He's trained by Seth Rollins. He knows some shit. And he's a hometown cat, kind of. He's right from across the bridge. Random dude in the gym, some old guy. I thought he was a doctor. I was like, "Hey, are you a doctor? I need a doctor for an event, brother." And he was like, "No, but I know this wrestler." And he knew who this guy was. Oh, my cat. And he knew who this guy was. Some random guy. So Conan Lycan's a star. Don't take anything away from him. But some stars are meant to fall. Make a wish.
Now, being that, with what you've been through, as you said last time we had you on, you feel like the Dynasty is over, that the Dynasty management has overseen you.
Oh yeah, it's just the news choppers because I'm breaking news. Breaking news! Firework Foxx Vinyear is Dynasty Wrestling. Yeah, Dynasty. They say you have to earn your spot, earn your stripes, do what you have to do to survive. However, since day one, now I haven't been at all of them, but I've been to most of them. And it's about time that they act like D'Lo Brown and recognize what I can do, what I'm about, and what I can mean to Dynasty. This silver can be wrapped with gold around the waist and the boulder shoulders. Golder. Yeah.
You bring up the title, and that's been in the last couple of interviews I've done, that's definitely been a topic of conversation. With this, what you have, with this show coming up on Saturday,
Yeah.
A, how important of a win is this going to be for you, being that this is in your hometown? And B, do you think this could position you for a future title shot if and when Chris does decide to bring titles into the picture?
Well, this is a professional wrestling, so there is a heavyweight championship out there. Now, depending on when that is, who knows? But the only titles that anyone else on this roster, besides a select few that I will not name at this point in time, the only titles that these guys have are the little label on their boxing boots because they can't afford wrestling boots. Play-ass wrestlers. As for being a champion for Dynasty, there's a few obstacles that may stand in my way. You know, some behind the scenes, behind the curtain type of deal. But I am above all that and a bag of chips. Player!
But I'm going to give you now the ability, before we, we'll go into your music stuff and what else you have coming up. If you would like to say something, focused towards Conan, the floor is yours.
Conan, I like it. I mean, what's there to say? 6'3", 262 pounds of pure hair, athleticism, 450 and all over the damn place. I'm going in there with all the respect in the world for the man. Since I first met the dude, yo, bro, get on the road with me. Let's go do some damage. However, just because I respect him and like him doesn't mean I will not fight him. He's in my way of the goal that I am trying to achieve. So if you believe, I might have a trick up my sleeve. Rhymes!
It's definitely, I think the whole show in itself is going to be a really good show. Now, and the question I have to ask you, you can't say your match. Taking your match out of the equation here, what other match are you looking forward to on the card this coming Saturday?
Tell me what the card is.
Oh, I can definitely do that. I actually have the graphics that I can show you.
Read it.
I'll go a step further. We got.
Oh, look at this guy. AOL's crazy.
And guys, if you listen to this on the Spotify side of things and you don't know what we're talking about, I just put up the entire poster for the show on Saturday with all the matches, which includes Wayno and Black Rose, the Diamond Division.
No. Don't just give it away. I want you to read it. So people who are listening are like, oh, snap, this is it. So read it, Finkel, and sell it to me.
You got Jeffrey Nova making his debut, taking on the returning Brandon Smith, who we have not seen at a Dynasty show.
Okay, hold on. So we have Jeffrey Nova, the what does he call himself? The Cosmic Fantasy, and then Cowboy Bart. So let me ask, all right, let's play this while we have some time on the line. Who do you have on that bout?
Ooh, that's a tough one. And for me, I would have to say Brandon Smith. And for one reason, it's who he has in his corner. Mr. Man. And I think if I wanted to break it down further, I think the issue with Nova is the size. Brandon Smith is a big guy. He's very bulky, and Nova, and I said this in a previous interview, Nova soaking wet is 100 pounds.
However, every time I see Nova, he's in better shape, has better gear, and he's starting to find his path. And the other clown, I think I beat him.
Oh, I'll be the first one to sit here and eat crow, with this match. I'll be the first one to eat crow.
I'm going to go with Nova. Now, moving on, we have Wayno and Black Rose. I'll say Black Rose because, well, he's been a very angry person the last couple shows, and Wayno's kind of soft. Hashtag tissue paper. Doo-doo paper. You throwing doo-doo paper?
Well, my
Rose is gonna
thoughts are
wipe the floor with that doo-doo paper.
my whole thing with this match, and this kind of goes back to the match we were just talking about beforehand.
Why is this graphic in my way? Can't even see how handsome I look. Here we go.
People can still see you, Fox.
Hide behind it.
We just had one of the other interviews I did was with Wayno, and he seems very fixated on Brandon Smith after what happened at the Capital Gains show.
That's why he's gonna lose. He's focused on the wrong man.
And you'll see it in the interview. I kind of got it out of him a little bit, but looking at it now, from an impartial point of view, that's kind of my thing with it is he cannot let his fixation with Brandon Smith get in his way with this match.
He's focused on the wrong task at hand, but maybe a lesson will be learned. Who's next? Who's next before we get to me?
Let's go to the Diamonds division match.
Okay, you have to tell me who's in this match because I can't read that far.
Well, actually, I can do you one better.
I don't want to listen to him.
Well,
I'll tell you if I swipe right or left on him. Yeah.
Well, here's the problem. We don't know what type of match they're having yet.
Oh, they're just there. It's a random fan's choice, maybe. Bring out the wheel.
I've said a couple of times now, I could see this being a 6-woman elimination match type of setup. I could see this being a 5-on-1 type of match.
I don't even know what's going on.
And I only say a 5-on-1 match for the reason being that Taylor has caused roughshod in the Diamonds division since the Capital Gains show.
Well, let's be fair here. Taylor is in the gym every day.
Yes, I will not take that away from her.
Getting stronger, faster, darker. And what about these other girls? Who knows? They could be doing the same. They don't post. That's Taylor's downfall. She's letting her enemies see what she's up to.
And if you go back to the February show and you saw the promo, and I call it a promo because I think it's the best way to describe it, for what Miss DeVille was saying. Miss DeVille, I think, is going to really try to not make it so easy for Taylor after all the problems Taylor has caused in the first couple of shows since the relaunch.
That I don't know. All I know is she may be giving away her strategy too much. On to the next one.
This match is an interesting match, and the match that we're about to talk about right now is Sergeant Fury and Punk. I'm just going to say this right now. I've had the ability to speak to both of these men in separate interviews. And the key thing that Fury said about Punk is that Punk was protected in World of Hurt. And that Punk
big
never
fish,
really faced
small pond.
Punk, his basically retaliation to it is that he wasn't being protected. When Fury came to World of Hurt, Punk was ready in the main event or towards the main event, and Fury was towards the opening side of the card. So that this match, I think, from a storytelling perspective, is going to be the match that I think people should keep their eye on, for the reason being, I think both guys have something to prove in this match.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, this is Punk's debut here at the Dynasty.
Yes, it is.
So maybe he has a little bit more of a chip on his shoulder because he has something to prove. As well, Sergeant Fury, he's been a mess since the last event where he fell to me. So, whose chip weighs more? Whose chip's going to hold who down? Whose chip has better flavor? So It's an interesting bout.
And I think the thing is also, and I said this with, we were talking about the Wayno match before, and I said it with that one. You say the same thing with Fury and Punk. Knowing that Fury, the only win Fury has since the relaunch is the match he had with HVO back at Capital Gains. He hasn't won a match since. And yes, the first match, it was an emotional match. I'm not taking that away from him. But I look at that match like almost like preseason football. Now is where the matches start to count. And he has stuff going on emotion, in his head. I totally understand that, we all have issues. We all deal with issues in different ways. And I've said this a couple of times now, and I've gone on record as saying this. He cannot let his emotions get in the way of this match, especially if and when titles are brought into the picture, because Fury is another guy that I know the fans of Dynasty would love to have hold a belt.
Well, it's not about what the fans want. It's about how good you are and if you can win. It's not about handouts and play fighting here at the Dynasty.
No, I get
Dynasty.
I would ask you about the last match, but I think I kind of know who you think is going to win that match.
I don't think let me quote Leonardo. I don't think I know. It's gonna be May. Hey, wait a minute. It's gonna be a tough one. But if I was to say I wasn't gonna win, what kind of person would I be?
I don't know. That's what makes it so interesting, is that this match, and I think with also the other thing I can say with your match, when you do get the win, you see, I'm not even saying if, because I have faith that you will get the win here.
Catch, chase, catch, collect. W's. Put them in a jar.
Realistically, this match can put you definitely in contention. You can definitely have the argument made when you get past Saturday of being in contention to hold some more gold around your waist.
It's going to be tough because he is no pushover. I'm going to do my best to be better, which I already know that I am. But it's going to be not really a walk in the park.
No.
I mean, maybe a walk in the park, but it might be rainy or snowy. Not a beautiful day for an easy peasy path.
No. And to be honest, after talking to Chris Envy, in a previous interview, the way he kind of put it, I think whoever is the one to eventually become the inaugural champion, and I don't know if you can say inaugural because Dynasty's been around for a while, and I think this show on Saturday or the previous show was the 35th show, but I say inaugural in the sense of in the relaunch era. I think that's kind of the way I look at it.
Reboot.
I think whoever is the one to become champion, it's not going to be an easy road, and you're going to basically have to claw your way to the top. That's just the way I look at it.
Yeah. I look at it as if I just got to do what I do and continue doing that. And then I can just add it to my collection. If I'm correct, I've only lost matches because of outside interference, some cheap shots, or a terrible tag partner. But when I'm on my own, I am very, very dangerous. Ain't nobody holding me back.
No, and that's what's tough. When you have a guy who's dangerous like yourself, that's tough to stop.
People think, let's MTV it. They think they know, but they have no idea.
No, And that's what makes independent wrestling so fun, is you get people who are like, oh, I know how this match is going to play out. No, you don't.
They think they know what I do. They think I know how I work. They think I know what I think about. They think they know everything. However, I just haven't had the reason to unleash.
And I have a strong feeling that's not that it's coming soon, but by the end of this calendar year, I think you will get to that point.
I mean, it's starting Saturday at the Dome. Dynasty, pro wrestling, or the Dynasty, whatever you want to call it. It's Dynasty, comma. It's pro wrestling. Unless you look at the flyer, then it's a play or something. I don't know who makes those things. But in short, it's not a fight you want to miss.
No, absolutely not. And I've said this in every other interview. Guys, if you go get your tickets, they are inexpensive. It's
promo code Foxx.
Code Foxx. It's purplepass.com/B4 impact. That's the letter B4 impact. Get your tickets. You're not going to want to miss this show. Trust me. I've been covering the Dynasty since the relaunch, and I still kick myself for missing the show in December. I still kick myself to this day.
I should kick you. Yeah. Agree? They agree.
But because guys, the biggest thing I will say about the Dynasty, not only are you going to get a great night of action, that's already without a doubt, but you're going to get surprises. And it's, like I said, you're not going to. And the thing is also that with the Dynasty, there's no, you can't watch it as of now. You can't watch it on IWTV or Title Match or Fight TV as of now. That could change coming, at some point. But as of now, the way you can experience it is you have to be there live.
And maybe if I feel like it, I'll Facebook Live my match, but I don't know. We'll see. Probably not. Maybe.
But I know now you've kind of made I know you've been, doing the music stuff now, but you made the transition now with your own band.
I mean, I've been making music since I was 13 years old, but yeah, my band's been played a show a month ago and playing more. You want to hear more of the tunes? Come buy a t-shirt, $25. You get the t-shirt, you get the CD. Well, the website gives you a special code, download the album. You get a bracelet and a photograph of me and my drummer if you want. But yeah, do it, rock it, back.
But how is that going for you right now with the band and everything?
Good. I was actually working on some music before you interrupted me about this nonsense to tell you a future that is predictable. Me. Win. W.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think you guys were just featured on 93.9, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, getting some cool radio play. Ralph Renner, what up? Capital Underground. You can listen to it online, or if you're in the capital region, tune in on your radio dial stations.
Yeah. Hey, it's funny. I'm up in the Albany area now probably 8 times a year, if not more at this point. I know that's one of the stations I put on when I'm up in the Albany area is 93.9.
Yeah, it's actually play music on there. That's not the same thing over and over.
But again, guys, like I said before, you're not going to want to miss this show. I don't know how many more times I can stress that point. You do not want to miss this show. Again, guys, you can get your tickets, purplepass.com/B4 impact. That's purplepass.com/B4 impact. It's simple enough, guys. Get your tickets. What are you waiting for?
You froze. So I don't know if you're there.
Oh no, I'm still here. That was just me trying to promote the show as much as I can. But Foxx, I greatly appreciate you hopping on tonight. You know, you were always welcome to come back on the show anytime you would like. What else do you have coming up? What else do you have coming up that you'd like to promote? And where can the fans connect with you on social media?
Let me turn my flashlight up. You can follow me. Hey, wait, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, my speaker must have cut out. Get off me. You can find me everywhere at Foxx Vinyear. Foxx Vinyear. I have Dynasty. We just finished a little weekend tour at World of Hurt where I retained the heavyweight championship. Sold out crowds in Burlington and Brandon, Vermont. You can check me out at UWE, Cracking Skulls. Whenever they have a taping and whenever they air their events, you can watch me kick it. And then there's some other stuff, but that's LTW down in New Jersey, May 11th. Other than that, that's about it for right now. Then it loops to the summer, and then it's summer.
But guys, definitely, if you get a chance, definitely catch Foxx in action. He is a talented individual. I know I bust on his chops because he loves to talk a lot, but I'm not the only one who says it. Talk to anybody in the Dynasty locker room, they'll say the exact same thing.
Bitches.
What happened?
No.
Oh, okay. But Foxx, thank you so much for hopping on. I greatly appreciate it. Guys, we continue with the Dynasty Week with Johnny Patches coming up. But guys, for Foxx, I'm John. It's been Around the Ropes, YouTube exclusive. We'll see you guys next time right here on the Around the Ropes podcast.